Okay, so these are the rules, all right? So basically be respectful each other. And in my lesson, there is no such thing called a stupid answer. So I respect all answers. So don't feel embarrassed. Don't need to feel ashamed if your answer is wrong. All right, you only need to feel ashamed if you don't even try. All right, so as long as you try, even if your answer is wrong, it's okay. We are all here to learn and we are all here to help one another. Right, the good news is we have this National Day promotion. Just a minute. Somebody is in the meeting room, I think. Just a minute. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Azim. Can you hear me? Today is your first time in with Miss Ivy, right, Azim? All right. So welcome to Set 2 Science lesson. I'm Miss Ivy. Okay. So I'm just wanting to share this promotion. So please share actually your parents should have received this SMS that has the schedule, and 88 tuition has tuition all the way from primary 3 all the way to Set 2. Next year they will be having Set 3 lessons as well. So please go and share 88 tuition with your families, with your friends. You can share the schedule link with your family and friends. Give them the WhatsApp number, and more importantly, give them your referral code. So each of you has a special unique 4-character referral code. All right. So what is a referral code? You can check your parents' SMS, and then once you share this with your family and friends, they get to enjoy one free live lesson. And if they really do sign up, then they get 25% off their first month, and you yourself also get 25% off the very next month. So it's a win-win situation. So sharing is caring. So please go ahead and share with your friends and family. That we much appreciated. All right, let's start. So for this question, is quite simple, right? So, but what is actually you can get the answer from the word. Okay, so from now on, we'll be going through some these papers that basically you will see a lot of different topics. All right. So diversity comes from an English word that is diverse. All right. Anybody wants to try explaining to Miss Ivy what's the meaning of diverse? Anyone? Diverse means, or you can type into the chat. Hang on. Thank you, Harish. Harish is wide ranging. Perfect. All right. Wider perspective, variety. Saron says variety. Good job. So I'll go with variety. You can use a different meaning, but I think you all understand. All right. So many lah. So in other words, many, many, many different kinds. Many kinds. All right. So variety, and the word bio will mean basically living things, right? Right? It can be plants, it can be animals, it can be bacteria, it can be fungi. Any living things is biology. So some of you may have decided to take a pure biology in Set 3 next year. Basically, you will study all about living things. Okay, so this will be the variety of life on Earth. So this is quite simple. You can get the answer from the word biodiversity. So bio means living things. Diversity means variety. So basically, there's really a variety of life on Earth, and not human beings have not discovered everything. So well, if some people love to go into deep waters, oceans, like recently, actually before they take the submersible or submarine to look at the Titanic, the real Titanic ship that sank many years ago. Then before that, actually there are people who have actually gone deeper than Titanic. So basically, they want to discover organisms from deep in the ocean. All right, because who knows, deep in the ocean there may be a living thing that can help us find our new generation antibiotics. All right, so scientists right now are in a competition, in a race to create or to discover the next generation of antibiotics, because if they don't, we are in trouble. All right, so we have more and more bacteria that have become very resistant to antibiotics. That means if you are unlucky, if the bacteria in your body belongs to the very, very resistant type of bacteria, then whatever antibiotics your doctor prescribes to you will not work on your body. Whatever antibiotics your doctor prescribes will not kill the bacteria. So that's scary, right? That means, in other words, no one can help you. Only your immune system your army of white blood cells in your body and God, whatever God you believe in. Right? So because there's too much misuse of antibiotics. All right, a lot of people just take antibiotics from the doctors, even though you are suffering from virus. So if you're suffering from a virus like flu virus or common cold, please don't go to the doctors and get antibiotics. If every one of us does that, right, we will be in trouble in a shorter time. Okay, so currently all the antibiotics are discovered from the soil. So now they are trying to find the desert, look for other sources like the living things in the desert, living things deep in the ocean to find our next generation of antibiotics to kill bacteria. Okay, question 2, which one do not contain a nucleus? All right, so now this is the red blood cell. It does not have nucleus. Xylem cell does not have nucleus. All right. Now, can you all type into the chat what is the function of xylem? And everybody type into the chat, please. What's the function of xylem? Anybody forgot totally what's the meaning of xylem? Let me know. If you cannot remember, just write cannot remember. Then I'll give you hints to help you. Okay. So sorry, who is FBI opens up to who? Can you help me rename it with your own name? Is the FBI let me see who else. FBI opens up. So who is FBI opens up? Is that Azim? No, that's not Azim. So I sell kits on eBay. That's Chen Xun. May I know who is FBI open up? Okay, now transport. Very good. All right, most of you use the word transport. Now, if you're writing provide water, the word provide is wrong. All right, so if you write absorb, also wrong. Okay, because when we talk about roots, if you talk about roots is absorb, then use absorb. All right, absorb two things. One is water, and then if you turn W upside down, W upside down is minerals, or you can write mineral salts. Okay, so use the word absorb for roots. For stem, right? Stem, we have xylem, we have phloem. All right, now in primary school, you learn this as xylem is the water carrying tubes. Phloem is the food carrying tubes. But in secondary school, you have to learn xylem and phloem. Okay, so for xylem, right, is to transport, like MRT transport system. All right, so it's the water carrying tube, so transport water. All right, from roots to all parts of the body, not body, to all parts to the plant. From roots to all parts of plant. Right, then for phloem, you'll be transport. Okay, maybe I have to write it this way then. All right, transport food. So again, it's transport. So the stem one is about transport. Transport food. Can y'all tell me transport food from where to where? Can y'all type into the chat? For phloem, phloem will be transport food from where to where? Anyone? Thank you. Saron, well done. Azim, well done. I have two fantastic answers. The rest, KSI. Who is KSI? You're testing me the name. Who is KSI? I have a KSI here. Can you please rename yourself? All right. But anyway, good job, KSI. Good job, Zenith. All right. Okay. So from leaves to all parts. All right. Because food is made in the leaves to all parts of the plant. Okay. So basically, when you think of stem, and be it xylem and phloem, you think of the word transport. There is basically transport what? Transport different things lah. One is transport water, the other is transport water, food, I mean. All right, you can also transport minerals. So if you want it written in full, it's water and minerals. Right? Okay. So use the word roots when it is for roots, right? Then you use the word absorb. Okay. Whereas for stem is transport. Right? So do not use the wrong word. So roots is for absorb, stem is transport. Then transport what? Right? Xylem transport water and minerals. Phloem is transport food. Then tell them from where to where. Okay, from where to where. Okay, no worries, Chen Xun. All right, so now back to this. So xylem and phloem, actually not just xylem, all right, as long as xylem and phloem, they got no nucleus. So the stem part, all right, the stem cells, xylem cell and phloem cells got no nucleus. Then red blood cells got no nucleus. Can y'all tell me there's another component of blood that has no nucleus as well? Who can remember? Which component of blood other than red blood cell does not have a nucleus? Anyone? Okay, well done, Haresh, but your spelling. All right, typo error. Okay, so red blood cells have no nucleus. Other than red blood cells, it is platelets. Platelets have no nucleus. Okay, so let me write down the answer. So this is D. Oops. Okay, I'll just write here. I don't have space here. Okay, so phloem and xylem and phloem, these two. Okay, let's move on. Now, this is a slide just to let you know, in case I change the question a little bit. So for set 1, set 2, you have to know this. You have to make friends with these 4 examples, 4 special cases, like cells with no nucleus. So for example, bacteria, all right? Bacteria is a cell with no nucleus, all right? You see all their DNA, the DNA is here. But DNA does not have it's not found inside the nucleus. The DNA is found everywhere in the cell, in the whole entire cell. So the DNA is throughout the whole bacterial cell. And this bacteria has a tail out that we call flagellum. Okay, has a tail. So this is one bacterial cell. Okay, so it's called a prokaryotic cell. Okay, it doesn't matter if you cannot remember, just know that bacteria does not have nucleus. So RBC stands for red blood cell. It comes from animals called mammals. So red blood cell in mammals have no nucleus. All right. Other than bacteria, other than red blood cell have no nucleus. Platelets is also found inside blood. Platelets also got no nucleus. Actually, platelets are not really complete cells. They are just cell fragments. They are like broken parts of the cell. All right, platelets are broken parts of the cell, so they don't have nucleus. Red blood cells have no nucleus so that there's more space for the hemoglobin, more space to have hemoglobin, and therefore we can transport oxygen faster. All right, so that's the reason why there's no nucleus inside red blood cell, because nucleus also take up space. If you don't have nucleus, right, then there'll be more space for the red pigment, right? And then number 4, yeah, this is the xylem and phloem, the sieve tubes. Okay, they have no nucleus. So I'm going to write here. So here is xylem and phloem. Okay, no nucleus. All right, any questions so far? Okay, then we move on to next question. Question 3. Hang on, we have one question. Yeah. Question 3 is you have blue colored water. All right, so you have a plant immersed in a beaker of blue colored water for 1 day. Then a section of the stem was then cut and the cross section of the stem was observed. All right, so which one is the correct observation of the cross section? So this is correct. Some question ask you for incorrect. Some question ask you for correct. So look carefully. All right, so it's always good to annotate in the diagram as you are doing. So they want correct one. All right, so for this, right, you have to know that the xylem, actually in primary school, have y'all learned of this memory aid WIFO? Can y'all type in the chat yes or no? Have you heard of WIFO? Oh, no. Okay, anyone? Just type yes or no. Oh, nobody. Then in primary school, how do y'all memorize that water carrying tubes are inside and food carrying tubes are outside? Y'all just memorize, is it? For PSLE 2 years ago. Just remember lah. Okay, actually, for primary school, the memory aid is water in. All right, that means